Hello, my name is Karl Stewart and I'm Global Brand Director for the Tomb Raider franchise in Crystal Dynamics. So the adventure takes place on a fictional island inside the Dragon's Triangle off the southeast of Japan. And for us, it's a place shrouded in mystery. It's almost like the Bermuda Triangle. It's a single location. It's an island that we've created. It's a bit like a Pandora's box for us. It's a clean slate to be able to tell a narrative from a young girl who goes on her first adventure and gets shipwrecked on an island to going through this sort of personal sort of exploration of how her character evolves from the Lara Croft by name when she lands on the island to the Lara Croft action adventure hero when she leaves. It's a great sort of canvas for us to be able to bring to life this unique character. With every storyline, when you're trying to start from just this nugget, this kind of small little idea, things land on the table, you look at them, you see whether or not it works for you. You maybe put them in the game and you play with them for a while and you realize that they're not right for us. In some of our area explorations, and we talked about it a bit, was obviously there was a horse, and to us, the horse didn't work for us. It was something that we just pushed aside, but there was many other things that we just kind of discarded. I think at one stage we had a little girl that Lara would protect, who was also a survivor, and what we found was it sort of detracted from what we were trying to achieve, and that's bringing our character to life. There was in the future probably a facet of bringing too much emphasis onto a secondary character and taking away from what we're trying to do with Lara in reimagining her. So I think in every single process, and no matter whether it's movies or books or video games, you have to go through that iterative process. And for us, there's many things we left on the cutting room floor, and it's a great exercise. How did we come across Camilla Luddington, who is now the voice of Lara Croft? Probably about 2 years ago, when we started casting for the voice, we brought in many different actresses. We kind of scoured the globe, as we say. We went through many different agencies, and we were looking for a very particular voice. It had to be young, it had to have a range of emotions. It really had to bring a sort of a side to a character that we've never seen before. We had actually brought in 2 or 3 different girls, whittled it all the way down to these voices. And eventually we ended up with Camilla at the very early stages. Camilla, voiced some of our, what we class as vertical slice internally, and as we were playing the vertical slice, she was bringing something very unique to the character. And just doing due diligence, we said, right, well, before we finally commit, let's make sure we do one final search. So we went out, and I stayed up so late at night with many of the other team, listening to many performances coming in from all around the world. And the thing we actually came across was we kept referencing back to Camilla. We kept listening to voices and saying, well, it's not as good as Camilla's voice, she does that role. And before we knew it, we were like, I think we found her. I think we have the girl. So she's been on the project now for, I suppose, between 18 months to 2 years, and she's done a phenomenal job. She's grown into the character from the first time bringing her on when she didn't even know who she was playing. She was just some fake girl, and we were getting her to read some lines. She started to get a little bit more attached to Lara and the story, and evolved with the script as we've gone through those iterations. And she brings a very unique perspective to the character. What we're trying to achieve with this game is bringing a personality and bringing something very unique to a character, which you very rarely see. And we're very fortunate to have the opportunity to be able to take a franchise like Tomb Raider inside of the gaming space and reimagine it. Inside of movies and TV shows, you see it quite often. It's something which people understand. But inside of video games, what we've tried to sort of communicate is that we have this unique opportunity to be able to take a franchise that's been around since 1996, very early days of video games in the scene. Sometimes it's been the game that it's the first game people have ever played, and to have this opportunity to be able to reimagine it right now is something very, very special. And I get a lot of questions about it. We get very excited to be able to talk about that it's something that the team are so passionate about and so excited to see come out that of all the questions I get asked, that's one thing that we kind of keep harking back to, is that it's an honor to be able to have the opportunity to do this.